Hey guys, welcome back to Conundrum Contingencies. I'll be your host, Garland, Raging G, the Good Reverend. Now, before we get to the meat and potatoes of the matter, I wanted to show you a few things. Got a little cilantro, my avocado tree, a few tomatoes. I don't know why the yield is low, but I got a couple of cages the other day from somebody that had gave up on their garden due to crop damaging rabbits. My ex-wife said she's had a lot of bad luck and she's going to give up, but there's more than one way to skin a cat. I bought a little dirt from Walmart. There's some peppers that wintered over. I don't know what kind they are, but I do know that's dill. Let me see here. I think I planted some potatoes here. That's an old tomato plant that wintered over because the weather's so nice. I planted cauliflower. Oh, this is corn. Some of it is actually popcorn and some of it's Dollar Tree seeds. I inherited this from some other tenants. There's the other little cage that I got. Tomatoes and some other stuff that I planted. And then way in the back here we have my beloved grape tree. And the grape tree is just now starting to come back to life. Got a few little leaves. And right there we got some squash and some cantaloupe. And look how much gas I got stored up for doomsday. First sign of trouble, I'm taking my gas in the house. So we're going to go back in the house. Now, speaking of popcorn, I went to a charity the other day to stock up, and I was kind of disappointed at first when I realized that instead of giving me some meat like they gave my partner, who's a little bit down on his luck, they gave me a pillowcase-sized bag of popcorn like I was trying to open up a movie theater. I wasn't mad or angry or anything, but I was like, well, how can I turn this on his head and use this to my advantage? So I decided if push comes to shove, I will simply plant some of the popcorn. Now, when you plant popcorn, it's not going to come up sweet like the stuff that you get in a can. It might even be kind of small, but it will fill you up. And after you've been eating beans and rice for a while, you get the idea. So I had started on some guacamole, cilantro from the garden, Roma tomatoes from the garden. The Roma tomatoes are a little small, but they're sweet. They taste great. Little red onion. I've already added salt, pepper, and a dash of garlic. So we're going to fold in a little sour cream. Not too much. And we'll just mix all that up. And I should have some guacamole to die for. Saved me a couple of bucks. It's pretty expensive at the store. Kind of hard to stir with one hand, but you get the idea. Alright. So the name of this video is Faraday Follies and KO Computers. Now, I followed somebody's advice and I built a Faraday cage for my computer come doomsday. But if doomsday had been last week, I would have been screwed. Let me tell you why. Okay, this laptop here died. So I removed the hard drive here and I salvaged what I could. And I knew that the heatsink wouldn't fit in anything else that I have. So I made sure I took the disk out before I started, and I took the memory, which was over here. Oh, the memory was here, like two 1.5 or 1 gigabyte memory sticks. So I set that aside. Now, when my computer died, my laptop croaked, I decided to swap out the hard drive, and I had two fully charged computers in this box which was cardboard lined with aluminum foil, and I had it taped up nice and neat. And then, along with the two laptops that I had in there for a rainy day, because I thought it would be kind of cool if I had the only laptop in the neighborhood that worked. I had two. And I was very surprised that both of them had discharged to zero. Along with the other stuff in my Faraday cage, I had a power bank here. I had two old cell phones for computing power. I had an old Garmin, because even if the satellites, if satellites exist, even if they are, whether they're working or not, they do have a map stored in memory. And then I had a pretty nice scientific calculator. And I've got another Faraday cage, small Faraday cage, a Christmas popcorn box that I decided to use to store my walkie-talkies and other communication devices. And I think I have another power bank because I don't want to get caught with my pants down. So I said all that to say this. If you store your computers or walkie-talkies or whatnot in the Faraday cage, I would suggest humbly that you disconnect the power, take the battery cells out, or put the batteries in backwards, or take them out or something, because that would have been a heartbreaker if the whole grid went down and then my master plan went to shit because my computers had discharged. So I found out by going online that it's not that hard to remove a heatsink. In fact, I went to school to be a computer repair technician, but the heatsink part was not covered. And I've taken the other laptop apart, and I don't know why it crashes. I thought it had a heating problem, but that wasn't the problem. So I'm just going to be a good little detective and be a student of the game and see what I can learn. Because right now, I think this is like the 10th time that I've done different memory checks. There's like 3 or 4 different ways to do it. So I'm taking my time, and you know, I'm not going to pay somebody else $60 an hour to do what I learned how to do myself. I'm not the best computer repair technician that ever lived, but I can change out memory and hard drives and clean the computer, and I've got, you know, the cans up with the air in it, and I've got the micro screwdrivers, and you know, most of the tools of the trade. I can even you know, when the computer crashes, I can try to take the memory files and put them on another hard drive, but of course that only works if it spins. If it doesn't spin, then it's dead in the water. So my divorce is final, and I'm happy about that. So I'm not married to Kim Possible, the Wicked Witch of the South anymore. And I just had a birthday, so I'm now 47. A little older, a little wiser, and if I be somebody else that's a spoiled brat, then I know what to do and what not to do. So again, you know, try to stock up. Remember, first sign of trouble, fill the bathtub up with water. Try to keep your bathtub clean so that when you have to fill up with water, it won't already be contaminated. And again, even old water that doesn't taste so hot could still be used for cleaning or doing dishes. And, you know, try to have a few paper plates and odds and ends and different necessities, because I don't know, these wild children that are in office, it's kind of like the post office. They get up and they get worse and worse and worse every year, and there's not much we can do about it. But I think I pretty much covered everything that I want to talk to you guys about today. If you want, you can wish me a happy belated birthday. If you like this video, like and subscribe, and thanks for tuning in to Conundrum Contingencies. May the Lord bless you and keep you. I guess he's going to come back one day. I guess we all have to be ready. But in the meantime, I don't know about you, but I don't want to live, I want to thrive. But I want to do it as long as possible. I've had a couple of people say, oh, they want to die quick when shit hits the fan. I call bullshit on that one. I think they're going to be clinging on to life. One of my neighbors, she said she's probably going to be gone for 5 weeks to the hospital. She's had a bunch of surgeries. I don't think she's coming back. They told me that I could have the couch, because all I have right now is a love seat, because I sold my couch when I got married and brought hers in, and then that didn't work out. So I bought this love seat from a banker. It's nice, but it's not that comfortable. It looks great, but it wasn't designed for comfort. It was just designed for you to sit until the banker or the teller gets to you, and for that, it's great. But if something does happen to her, I'll flip a coin about the couch, but she's got a warehouse of peanut butter and canned goods and rice and other things that she's never going to cook because her stove is cluttered because she doesn't even use her stove at all. She just microwaves food or eats it cold. And she's got coffee and she's got cocoa and juice. She's got like 10 cases of water, 10 bottles of juice, and, you know, I'm pretty sure that her drugged out buddies and the other old lady, they don't want any of that stuff. So, I do wish her well because the friendship means more to me than the peanut butter. But, she's a hypochondriac and she can hardly stand, and I think it's the end of the line. But anyway, you guys have a blessed weekend. Have some fun. Stock up. Don't forget to get a little gas. Don't run your car out of gas because you'll wake up tomorrow and it'll be $4 a gallon, and the next day it's $8 a gallon, and then you'll wish you had stocked up. Buy a few extra batteries and live your life. This is a Raging One, and I'm out.